Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the Huawei Mate X. This is Huawei's foldable phone that was originally announced and basically supposed to come out in the middle of the year. But unfortunately, due to some delays, it's not going to come out till probably later in the year. But while I was in Shenzhen, I had the opportunity to actually get some hands-on time with it. So let me share with you guys my impressions of the Mate X from Huawei and why I think this is the actual form factor that I think a lot of companies should follow when it comes to foldables. This is TK. Let's check it out. 2019 is supposed to be the year of the foldable phones, and by this point in the year, we were supposed to have seen the Galaxy Fold, we were supposed to have seen the Flex Spy as well as the Mate X, but unfortunately in August of 2019, at this point, all we have is the Flex Spy as a device that you can actually purchase because both the Fold and the Mate X needed to go back for some redesigns, and of course their launch dates have also been pushed back from what they were supposed to be originally now to September and November respectively. During my trip in Shenzhen, I had the opportunity to get some hands-on with the Mate X 5G. Now this is still running early software, and as far as the hardware, for the most part, we're almost there, but it's definitely a nice glimpse as to what the Mate X can do. Obviously, the first thing a lot of us will start talking about is how does the build quality, how does the hinge mechanism work? Does it weigh heavy? Is it light? The screen resolution, and the screen, basically when you open it up, you get the 8-inch tablet and the 6.6-inch basically device. How is that experience in switching between one and another? Now, powering this entire unit is the Kirin 980. We have 8 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of internal storage, and we have a triple camera setup on the back, a 40 megapixel wide and an ultra wide 16 megapixel, as well as an 8 megapixel telephoto lens. The entire thing will have a 4500 milliamp battery that will also support the 55 watt fast charging from Huawei. So definitely some new technology, as well as the unit that we had a chance to play with was a 5G enabled unit. Pricing, unfortunately, based on what we heard originally, it was supposed to start off around 2,200 pounds or roughly about $2,400 US. This unit did not have final software, as basically they're still working towards the launch. And again, as I mentioned, the launch looks like it will be slated over to November as opposed to the September launch date that we originally thought was going to happen. Now let's talk about the hinge. The solid design on this hinge is fantastic. It does not have a locking mechanism, but it definitely doesn't bend once in the actual flat position. Keeping in mind that there is still technically a bubble that goes in the middle, or that where that crease is happening. So I'm not sure if this is the final design as far as the display, but this is something that you keep in mind. Whenever you're folding the device, or whenever you fold the display on the outer side of the device, you're always going to have a little bit of a crease in the middle. Very, very minimal, and you can't really see it when you're looking straight at the device, but if any angle actually hits it, or the light hits it in any angle, you definitely notice it. The software transitions are definitely very good. Going from tablet mode to phone mode is definitely very solid between pictures, videos, and I'm pretty sure as far as overall experience, it's basically built to work very nice in both modes. Played a quick video on this, and as you notice, it definitely fits into the actual display, but unfortunately we have a massive letterbox because the actual unit itself fits almost like a square, so it's almost like a 1:1 aspect ratio. So keep in mind that most of our video is either intended for 16:9 or could potentially be going to the 18.5:9. So definitely some letterboxing here, but again, it's still a big enough display to enjoy the entire content. Now, as far as the actual design, it feels like they did improve this, and as far as opening and closing it, I had the opportunity to do it about 10 to 15 times. It felt very, very solid. There was never a worry about it. In whatever position you left it in, it stayed open in the same mode. Unfortunately, there was no tent mode available, which the ability gives us the ability of basically making the phone in a tent, and the ability of actually having 2 different types of content showing on each display. But we definitely had the opportunity to use it as a tablet as well as a phone, and it looked really, really nice. As far as the experience, it pretty much mimics a P30 Pro experience in basically a closed mode. When you open it up, of course, you're getting more of the tablet mode, but that's the main benefit. When you take it out of your pocket, you're able to use it as a regular phone. You don't have to open it to get the functionalities out of this device. It works straight, and it works great, and it works, for the most part, very similarly to the way the P30 Pro runs. Camera arrays that we have here are definitely closely resembling the Mate 20 Pro than they are to the P30 Pro. It's a great set of cameras, and I love them on the Mate 20 Pro, but keep in mind, we do not have that telescopic lens, so that's one of the reasons why I say it closely resembles the Mate 20 Pro than it is the P30. The software experience that we have here is pretty much very familiar if you obviously have used an EMUI based device, but it's been definitely optimized to work on the foldable. And transition between open and close, they've actually been done pretty well. There is a slight delay in there depending on what you were doing, but again, software wasn't 100% done. As far as the hardware, I feel like we're pretty much there. The hinge mechanism is very solid. It doesn't actually bend, it doesn't move. Whenever you put it in a flat position, it looks very, very nice. I'm definitely looking forward to be able to check it out, hopefully when it does release in November. And as far as the Galaxy Fold, it made me rethink my pre-order for the Galaxy Fold. And I'll say that because I feel like the design is great for the Galaxy Fold. I feel like it's nice, but every time I need to use the phone in any way or any shape, way, or form other than just tiny little interactions with the main display on the outside, it requires me to open the phone. So I can never take it out of the pocket and just start basically, opening up applications. I have to open it and get into that. So for me, the Mate 20, the Mate X gave us the opportunity to use it as a regular phone, as whenever it's closed, the secondary display on the back is turned off, and it literally works like a P30 Pro in your hand. And it's that light. It's solid, looks great, and I cannot wait to check it out. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Mate X or even the Mate X 5G, as this is the model that we were having, this is the model I had a chance to be able to use. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. Make sure you share this with all your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video.